had just gotten out of the Coast Guard. We moved back on a Sunday and went to an ultrasound on Monday. The tech was looking around and just kind of basically told us to wait. She needed to speak with the doctor. That she just had noticed something. And that's when they started noticing some white spaces on the kidneys, which essentially were cysts in his kidneys, telling us that there was actual kidney damage. And his kidneys were starting to appear undersized for his size in utero. Really the worst part of it was the initial. Well, you know, we don't know that he's going to make it. It was recommended that perhaps we terminate several times, all of which we said no to, because both of us just kind of had the same general feeling that there's no sense in terminating. He's here, let him fight. Let us fight for him. Sorry. It was an endless string of doctor visits and 2-week bed rest for Karen, and I mean, and it wasn't just 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. 2 weeks of bed rest, then another visit, then 2 more weeks of bed rest, then another visit. It was several months of bed rest for Karen, and it was, you know, trying to figure out what procedures are going to happen after he's born and what kind of equipment you're going to have, but it's the best investment ever. They sat us down and just basically said his kidney function really isn't there. It looks like it's a little bit, but he's probably going to need a transplant. And I guess really all you could do is just kind of, I mean, just kind of take it on the chin. But it's a solution. It was something we could actually do something about, because I mean, he was alive, he was stable, he was always actually very strong. He was off of oxygen very quickly. I mean, he was progressing really well. In the NICU, it was just, he just needed a kidney and he was on dialysis. So it felt like something that was more controllable. We were starting to look at the possibility that we might have to put him on the list and wait for an actual donor from the list. And then Marie, our living donor, came forward, and she's just absolutely the most wonderful woman I've never met. She's the best friend of my wife's aunt, and she just basically came forward and said, I'll do it. I'll give him a kidney if I match. She was matched, and she has never laid back since the process started. She has been just an absolute angel for us. For anybody to deal with as many things as he's dealt with and still be as happy a baby as he is just absolutely amazing. He's been through peritoneal dialysis, hemodialysis, he's on a feeding tube, he's got his permacath for hemodialysis, he has a port that's been installed. I've never seen anybody or known anybody that I think can deal with everything he has and still be just as happy as he is. My wife's very industrious with looking up information. She's researched these conditions. She's researched parameters, you know, the standard or normal parameters that these kidney babies usually have. I was just kind of being a guy, I guess, playing video games, whatever, while she's researching on the internet. And so anybody that thinks that they don't need to, I would suggest at least do a little bit of research so that you, or sit there while your spouse is doing the research so that you know that, you know, so that you kind of have an idea. Nobody tells you how much work it's going to be, or nobody can give you an accurate light of how much it's going to be, how much work it's going to be. It's constant. I mean, I work, so I actually get to take a break from it, but my wife is at home all day dealing with it. It's, you know, keeping the routine with his medications. So just the amount of work that it's going to be after birth is it would have been nice to have an accurate picture beforehand. Just stay strong. It's, no matter what the doctor tells you, don't give up on your baby. They deserve all the chance they can get. They're totally worth it. You're gonna love him, no matter what.